Alright, so today's topic is, you guys are literally from the Hunger Games. And there's a lot of things that fit into this that I can make videos of. But my main one is going to be about specific creators who are on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and how they're being abused and used by their viewers. You will meet people that are going to be like, oh, mental health matters, it matters, and for them it really only matters when it's someone who's conventionally attractive and when they don't have serious issues. Okay, that's the truth. They want people's mental illness to be aesthetic, or that fits into criteria where you can feel pity for them and nothing more. So let's begin. I also want to preface this that I have met people and I have helped people. I don't know if I've helped them. I'd like to say that I helped them, but I don't know where they are now. But I've worked with people who have very serious disorders, schizophrenia, psychosis, disorders that induce rage and violence or violent thoughts. So this topic is something very near and dear to me. And when I see it on the internet, it makes me very mad because I feel like people are so hypocritical on this topic. I think that's something great to discuss. When you're on the internet, you will hear terms like beautiful princess disorder, and it's basically borderline personality disorder. People are trying to make it cutesy. You cannot make that cutesy. You cannot go on and see a slideshow and say, oh, I have BPD. One, if you are under the age of 18, it is highly unlikely you'll get a diagnosis. I'm not saying you can't get a diagnosis. I do know and I've heard of people who've gotten one under 18, but currently there's just not enough research, and it could be so many other things that to misdiagnose that would be extremely dangerous. That's the honest truth, because you could give someone who has depression or someone who suffered from a different disorder psychotics, and that's going to cause a horrible pattern of behavior and just a chemical imbalance in them. So personally, if you think you have it, I would seek out a therapist or a psychiatrist and begin with that. But if you don't know you have it, then why are you saying you do? And two, why are you acting like this is some aesthetic thing? It's clear you have not been around someone who has BPD, who is breaking, or who has an obsession on someone so severe that it is controlling their entire thought process. Because I feel like you guys are romanticizing mental illness when you don't really understand it, and you don't see the way it affects people. It's actually cruel that you're trying to romanticize these disorders and illnesses, because there are people, real people, crazy, I know, that are affected by these things. So you can show kindness to yourself, but you can never give it to anyone else. It has to always be about you. It's insane. And on celebrities that are being used by the internet, I won't play any of their videos because I don't. If you want to go search them out, search them out. But I don't feel like doing that. One is a man with autism, and you can, when you see his videos, you will slowly see how he's devolving and becoming an extreme alcoholic. And you open his comments and they're all people cheering him on. There's videos of people seeing him in New York, and they film him and they buy him beers. You are enabling someone to kill themselves. You realize that, like, you are cheering on someone to kill themselves. The level that he drinks and of how openly he is about it is insane. He needs help. You going, again, more beer, is insane. And I wholeheartedly believe that it is because this man is autistic. is because he has autism and you prey on that. Because for some reason the internet finds autism to be the funniest fucking thing. To be so hilarious. Autism. Yeah. Have you met Human Compassion? Do you know her? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyways, so World of T-shirts, clearly he's struggling. Clearly he needs a support system, and hopefully he gets one. Hopefully someone finds them and helps him become clean and sober and gets him the help he needs. But the truth is that the people who cheer this man on, they are the same people who will be advocates for men's mental health, who will see everything matters, who will be like, bro, it's okay. You see where your line is drawn? You cannot hold others to a standard you yourself cannot even allow or maintain. Oh, you want mental health to matter, but just for you? You want people to care about other people's feelings, but only when it's you. You have no compassion, and you look around and you wonder why no one else has it. Shocking. You feel alone because you have deserted yourself from anyone who cares. You cannot expect a snake to show you love. You cannot expect the energy you cannot give. And especially to exploit a young man who has autism. Now, I'm at 20%, whoops, who has autism, to exploit him for your own amusement. Do you see where these lines cross? Do you see where they intersect? And I'm not even going to start with the argument where people are like mental health and blah, 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 because we've been down that road. If you are still at that point, there's some self-discovery you need to do. There's some things you need to work over, and you may never come to the conclusion that mental health has an importance to someone, and that's you. I'm not gonna go there because it's been talked about. Now there are accounts, and this is gonna be controversial because I feel like World of T-shirts you'll understand, but if you were around in 2021, 22, there was a disorder called DID, or dissociative identity disorder, or formerly known as multiple personality disorder. And what this entails is that people who have experienced extreme traumas, the majority have experienced sexual abuse. They will develop different personalities to the point where their personalities split. These personalities are often protectors or aggressors, or people that the person, but usually children, when they were experiencing this trauma, found protective. There are cases of this. There are real cases of people being like this, people having these disorders, having this disorder, and truly struggling, because it is such a difficult disorder to come to terms with, and it's such a difficult disorder to even realize you have it. Truly, it is, I would not wish upon anyone to experience such a extreme trauma to even develop it. But no, it became very popular on social media, and people would start saying they had it, and people would start saying that they had an alter, they had an ego. And at the point, it was just mainly kids, and people would get offended by it. But at this point, you have to acknowledge that in 2021 and 2022, people's mental health were at such an extreme decline. I think it speaks that there was a struggle with mental health, and I think that people who said they have it, I hope they get the help they needed, and I hope they might have gotten a proper diagnosis. And if they had it, I hope they're getting help for it. And if they had something else, I hope they're getting treated for it. Because I feel like attacking these people is just it's so stupid. What are you trying to achieve? Trying to be mean? That's it? You're not helping them. Telling someone that they're not sick will never help them. Truly, it will never. Especially if you think they're a narcissist, or they have Munchausen's. Telling them, oh, you don't have it, will just bring them to a much larger extremity. Will bring them to extremity. And so there's two creators that I want to talk about. One is the Wonderland System, I believe. And it's a creator who went very popular for a few of their videos, and people mock them, they make joke videos and whatnot. And my stance on this is, you know that this person is mentally ill. You know that's why you're making fun of them, because they are. But what do you gain from this? You gain a little laugh, you gain a little chuckle, ha ha ha. clearly this person is mentally ill. Clearly they have some things they need to work on and get help they deserve. And hey, they might have it. I'm not a diagnostic. Do I believe, in my personal opinion, from the research I have, do they have it? I doubt it. I doubt it. But they could, and I will not X that out. Oh. But I think that making fun of them on the internet will not help anyone. Asking them to get help, or asking them to seek psychiatric care, which they probably already are. Their doctors are already probably trying to manage this and trying to help them. Do you have a psych degree? I don't. So I'm not going to go out of my way to say, oh, you are faking it, I'm going to laugh at you, you're insane. I'm not going to say that. Is it there are signs that they might be? Yes. But will that help them? No. It will not help them. It will not get them help. It will not help them change into a person. They have doctors. They most likely have psychiatric help that is working on them right now. So I always find it hilarious when people try and give their 2 cents when they see someone on the internet that's mentally ill and they say, oh, you need help, or you're insane, or is this the original? Jesus Christ. Your mother, as soon as you were conceived, knew you were a mistake. She felt it psychedelically. Psychedelically knew she was raising an asshole. Someone with no compassion. And I actually feel bad for these people, because you have to be so insane. Well, not insane, but you have to be so unempathetic and so derived of any understanding beyond your own personal thoughts to think like that. You were robbed of human emotion. Clearly you were not held enough as a child, and you don't need a psych degree to know that. So, that is the end of today's video. You don't have BPD. You just like labels, and you cannot expect care for your mental. Actually, there's another thing. These people who you see, who you make fun of, who you think are insane or crazy or so fucking funny, they're the ones that make psychiatric care possible. They were the cases that were so extreme that we have mental health clinics and mental health in general. It's not like these didn't exist hundreds of years ago, but people, doctors and scientists, the first people they started studying were these individuals. So the reason you even have mental health care to begin with was because of people like this. Because people voiced how they felt. People were willing to offer up what they're going through for the better of others. So really, what are you on about? Yeah, that's today's video.